Hello everyone, welcome back to Granddad Reads Our Stories. Hope you're surviving well and not too long to go before you get back to school. Isn't that great? You're supposed to say yes. Yes, not too long before you get to see all your friends and your wonderful teachers. Well, why are we down here today? Well, we're very lucky where we live, Nanny and Grandad, because we have a river right down at the bottom of our garden. It's called the River Wey, which gives the name Weymouth. It's a beautiful little river, and you can probably hear in the background a very noisy duck. That's because I have not fed him yet. I haven't given him his breakfast. Later on he'll come down with his friends for breakfast, and we'll see what that can be like. It's a bit like trying to manage what it's like on a playground at lunchtime. Absolute madness. Anyway, why are we down by the river? Well, I brought you down here today because I've got a story that's related to the river and also to show you this. I don't know if you've seen one of these before. This is a wildlife camera, and we use this wildlife camera down by the river because we have lots of animals that come along in the dead of night and like to come into our garden. So we found some scratch marks in the earth in our garden, and we wondered what kind of creature could that be? Could it be a T-Rex? No. So I bought one of these gadgets, and the brilliant thing is that when a creature comes along in the dead of night, it triggers off the camera, and the camera puts a light on, not a white light like we have, but a kind of a red light, an infrared light, and it can either take a photograph or it can take some video of the creature. And I put it just down here by the riverside, and you just leave it, and you can leave it for weeks as long as your batteries will last out, and it takes video or photos of all the creatures that come along. And it can be anything, absolutely anything that triggers it off. Birds. And let's have a look now at some of the video that we've managed to take in the last few months. Shall we have a look at them? Come on then. Wow, weren't they great? Yeah. Wow, so we've had a rat. Not Nanny's favourite, that one. Particularly when she's sunbathing. Along comes Mr. Rat to say hello. And we've had a fox and a cat and a badger. A badger, yes. That was what was making all of those marks in our soil. So we found out that it was the badger. So we've had mice, and we've had lots of birds. Oh, hundreds of birds, including a bird called Pidgewigeon, who lives next door with Monty and Roger. I know, Pidgewigeon. God. Now, and Monty and Roger looked after him when he was a baby, and well, they've let him go now, and nobody's ever seen him since. Where's he gone? Nobody knows. Well, let's get down to today's story. Today's story is about creatures that live in the countryside. And this is it. The town mouse and the country mouse. A short story for younger children. And we'll find out what happened. Maybe they're on our video. Have a look back and see if they were in there. Town mouse and country mouse. Well, it's getting cold out here and the ducks want their breakfast, so I better crack on with the story. So I'll see you in a minute. Bye. The town mouse and the country mouse. In among the waving grasses lies a little brown country mouse, fast asleep. His name is Pippin. He dreams of crunchy seeds and juicy red strawberries. Every evening, Pippin pattered home. To his little house in the leafy hedge. And then one cold winter's day, there was a rat-a-tat-tat at the door. "Pippin!" cried a voice. It was Toby the town mouse, who had come to stay. "Oh, my whiskers!" cried Pippin. He rushed to his pantry for his best nuts and berries. "Oh, is this all you have?" asked Toby the town mouse. "In town, we eat like kings. I think you'd better come and stay with me." The mice scampered off to the station the early next morning. The train trundled in with a snort and a shriek. "Oh, it's huge!" gasped Pippin. It's like a big red beast." They wriggled inside a man's green bag and were lifted aboard. Then chug-a-chug, chug, chug-a-chug, chug, chug, choo-choo! They were off. Pippin gazed out of the window at trees waving their gentle branches. There were no trees at all, just tall buildings that touched the sky. "Oh, at last," said Toby the town mouse. "We're here." Come on, hurry up, Pippin. And they ran out of the station onto a busy street. Oh, help! Squeaked Pippin, dodging in and out of stamping feet. Aha, this is it, said Toby, proudly pointing his paw. My house. And they crept through a crack under the blue front door. Toby led Pippin down under the floor, up secret stairs behind the walls. And into a splendid dining hall. The mice nibbled and gnawed and scooped cream with their paws until they were perfectly full. They awoke with a start at the table as the table began to shake. Ha 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 ha! My dinner time, purred the kitchen cat. Juicy little mice, purred the cat. Oh, run! Squeaked Toby, and the mice darted this way and that. Pounce, pounce, went the hungry cat. She swiped at Pippin with those big pointy claws. Pippin ran. The cat leaped and missed. Ah, curses, she hissed. Oh, 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 my whiskers, said Pippin, mopping his brow. I just want to go home. This town life is too much for me. I need to be back into the countryside. And so Toby took Pippin to the station and waved goodbye. And Pippin gazed again as tall buildings flashed quickly by past his eyes. He needed to be back at his home by the river bank. In the starry sky, Pippin finally reached his hedge by the river bank. He sniffed the cold, sweet air and smiled. And then he snuggled down in his soft, mossy bed. Ah, yes, this is the life for me, he said. Well, hope you enjoyed the story. Hope to see you again soon for our next story in Granddad Reads. Take care, keep well, and see you soon.